Good morning, friends. Welcome to my class. Today we are going to learn the BA second year optional paper number 3rd, literature and cinema. The first theory in it, that is the theories of adaptation novel to film. This is a particularly article about it, and I will read it out and afterwards explain to some extent for your understanding. The see how theories of adaptation novel to film is prescribed for you and for your understanding of two parts or two arts, that is literature and also cinema. The critical writing of film theories like Andre Bazin, Bell Balzac, George Bluestone and Serge Einstein's thoroughly survey the nature and method of the adaptation as an inner or interrelative thing between literature and film. The theories of Balzac appeared between 1920 and 1930 and are of great importance to a historical perspective of the adaptation process. See how it is started in the year of 1920 and 1930s. Who are the precursors then? Bell's Balzac. Bell's Balzac, in his collection of essays, Theories of Film, Character and Growth of a New Art, argues that film script is an entirely new literary form. According to Balzac, the novel should be regarded as a potential raw material to be transformed at will by the writer of the screenplay. He says that the screenplay has the capacity to approach reality, to approach the thematic and formal design of the literary model and represent it with a viewpoint incorporating a new aesthetic, design, and technology, creating thus a new artistic version. It is also admitted that the literary foundation of the new art, new script, and how it is created, thus a new artistic version. It is also admitted that the literary foundation of the new art, new script, is just as much specific, independent literary form as the written stage play. There is nothing to prevent them from being literary masterpieces. The film script is an entirely new form. Balzac further argues that even though an adaptation takes the subject of another work, such as Kafka's novel or Shakespeare's play, the adaptation is an entirely new entity, and literature provides the raw material for film adaptation to create new visual forms and thematic contents. There are several variations possible. The silent film version of Othello and Wells' adaptation of The Trial illustrates Balzac's contention that adaptations are distinctive works of art. So, in this particular paragraph, we can understand how the film adaptation is become a major form in literature, that is to create new visual forms and thematic contents. We can understand it how novel converted into the film and directed as one of the new form in the cinema. Next part is about Balzac in his thesis also assumes that an adaptation, in spite of being a new work of art, bears an obligation to some kernel of truth, similar to Einstein's concept of initial general image. That is to say that there is one single truth conveyed by a written piece of literature. However, Balzac's remarks remain of seminal importance. He abandons the notion of equivalence and affords the filmmaker complete license to extract what is useful and abandon what is not for the necessities for the cinematic medium. Balzac, in his book Theories of Film, says a film script writer adopting the play may use the existing work of art merely as raw material, regard it from the specific angle of his art, own art form as it were raw reality, and pay no attention to the form once already given to the material. So here we can understand how Balzac remains importance for his understanding of cinematic medium and what is the necessity of the cinema adaptations, film adaptations, that is from novel to film. However, what Balzac calls raw reality is something which has already been meditated upon and interpreted. Balzac's main contribution in his contention that the adaptation is an independent work, a stimulus which is neither inherently inferior to its source nor less worthy than the so called original work, alone amongst the theories. Balzac suggests that the crucial process of adaptation from a literary source occurs not in the filming but in the creation of the screenplay. So, in this second paragraph, we can understand how Balzac treated novel or a play as a raw material for the film adaptation. There is, however, considerable disagreement with Balzac's opinions, especially in Siegfried Kracauser and Andre Bazin's theories. Kracauser introduced the concept of cinematic and uncinematic. According to him, adaptation makes sense only when the content of the novel is firmly rooted in objective reality. So, here Andre Bazin gives importance to the objective reality, not in mental and spiritual experience. He found that realistic and naturalistic novels like Steinbeck's Grapes of Wrath 1840 have been suitably or rather realistically translated on the screen. On the other hand, a novel whose primary movement occurs in the character, such as Camus' The Outsider, is doomed at the outset of the adaptation enterprise. For Kracauser, the cinema is essentially visual and film techniques, such as the voice over or the superimpositions, are signs of failure of the visual imagination or worse, impropriety of the subject matter. Thus, Crocker is saying that the interior life of the character must be visually rendered in a manner that is natural to the material world and not with special effects. The adaptation is at the service of the source as long as it remains visually faithful to the form and content of the material without any attempt at transcending it. So, in this third paragraph, again, how Bazin's theories are different from the Balzac's, and he treated a novel as an objective reality and tried to focus it on the film adaptation that is visually faithful to the form and content of the material without any attempt at transcending. Here we can understand the first part of theories of adaptation. So we will stop here and learn the next part in the next lecture.